So today we are going to dive into a topic that I feel like we don't talk about too much when it comes to your business and systems, and is a really big reason that sometimes people really want to just throw their business in the garbage or they get burnt out or things like this. So before we get into it, let's introduce ourselves. So Teresa, who are you?
My name is Teresa Cavalla. I am a certified OBM and a business consultant, and I specialize in processes and systems.
Beautiful. And I am Andrea Elibero, and I also am a certified OBM, and I do everything that has to do with scaling from systems to strategy to all of that fun stuff. And together, Teresa and I do a very unique way of building systems because one of the things that we really take into consideration is what we are going to talk about today, which is
Personality tests.
pers
Personality.
personality.
And personality tests is a consequence of personality.
Yeah. So tell us, so you have a background in this type of thing, right?
Yes. I've been working for human resources. I've been studying psychology, and I have taken some specializations in neuroscience
Mm.
that support the idea that everyone has an underlying nature, let's say,
Mm.
that can be in some way, can interact in some way with our education, our background, etc., but still influences the way our brain works. So basically,
Mm.
we have a way of dealing with our life, our business, etc., that is specific to us, and we need to take this into account. First, our brain to work in a way that is not specific, is not natural to the brain, and we set us up for failure.
So let's dive into that a little bit because I feel like, or what I feel like, what I've seen in both of us have been on the back end of a lot of businesses.
Yes.
And a lot of times when people are setting up or running their businesses, and also when they're getting coaching and this and that and strategy, blah, 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 it's all about, oh, what's going to make the most money? What's going to be the fastest way to do XYZ? Oh, this is the most popular thing. Copy, and the coach is like, oh, here's what I did. Copy exactly what I did in this cookie cutter way. Or here are my systems that I set up. So copy this exactly. But it doesn't work necessarily. And oftentimes, right, the people in the program, they're not getting the same results. And one of the reasons is because of their brains are not set up to operate in the same way, right?
Definitely. So this is why I've always been against templates, against strategies that are done for everyone. This can't work. This can't work because this doesn't take into consideration our specific way of working,
Mhm.
our specific strengths, and our specific weaknesses. Why not? So even when we say that to run a business successfully, we need systems, we need processes. This is absolutely true. But what we are not considering is that these systems, these processes are not something that we copy from others, are something that we need to build around our way of doing business. So
Mhm.
the first step is understanding how our brain works and how we should organize our business. And then, based on that, create the systems and processes that are necessary to run the business in the right way.
And this is something that we do, right? So with our
Yes.
clients, we have two core, I don't know what I would call them, but two core factors or things that we focus the systems builds around.
Yes,
And
definitely.
I don't know that we've seen other people do this. And so it's really unique to us. And one of those things is personality. The other one, I'll give you a hint, is values, and we'll talk about that another time. But right. So can you give it like a really quick example, maybe of something that is a system that could be aligned with somebody's personality versus not? Just like a super simple, quick example.
Yes. Let's make an example around someone who is typically detail-oriented and maybe struggles in leaving the control factor go. So if I build a system that doesn't allow this person to, in some way, quickly check what's going on in the business, and this person may feel lost and may feel she's not in control and may feel really anxious and not be able to be less involved in the business and be more involved in the specific object of his their activity. So we always say, oh, we help you organize your business and get out of your business, have more free time and focus more on your mission, etc. But we need to create a system that allows this type of brain to be in control without being in the business. So have, for instance, all the details listed in somewhere, all the notifications come in a way that is easy to manage and easy to understand in terms of making a synthesis of what's going on. And this way, their brain fully understands the details and is able to focus on something different. So this is just an example. Why, if someone is not detail-oriented, they may be bothered by a lot of notifications, a lot of data. They don't care.
They would get overwhelmed too. It would actually be negative for them.
Yes, absolutely. So this is just an example because there are a lot of personality, a lot ways of working. So this is just something like very easy talking here. But the core meaning is that we really need to build something that is around you and how you work.
Yes, exactly. And not just like, okay, like do this thing and because that's how I work, right? So that doesn't mean that's how you work and what would work well for you. So perfect. Thank you so much for explaining that. And if you guys watching or whatever you're doing, however you are consuming this, we have a free Align Systems audit that also talks about personalities and values, and it's really amazing self-audit, like super quick, where you see what do I need in my business as it stands right now? Like what's the first step to getting that? So if you want to check that out, you can go to alignedscalingconsultants.com/audit. And thank you so much, Teresa, for explaining personalities to us.
Welcome. Thank you for helping me explain this.